Snipe Gang.
Daddy making the video.
I would like to welcome one of Philly's best, the legendary producer, a DJ, one of the greatest engineers in Philly, has to offer. He has worked with a lot of heavy hitters in the music game.
No doubt.
Welcome. This one.
Yeah. About time we get together on this.
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny, you know what I'm saying? We were supposed to link up the day before I got injured and shit. You know what I'm saying? I fractured my ankle, you know what I mean? And that shit was crazy. But we finally, you know what I'm saying, linking up, you know what I mean, and doing our thing. All right, so we're going to start. So we're going to start from the beginning, as usual. You know what I'm saying? Where you from?
Philly, GTown.
All right, Germantown?
GTown, Haines Street Hustler.
All right, there.
Shout out.
It's funny. I used to live up Germantown.
All right, I was on High Street, so.
Haynes?
Yeah,
Oh,
the next block over, High Street.
I was on Magnolia
Okay.
and Haynes and shit. You know what I'm
Word,
saying?
right there. I was on Magnolia and High.
Yeah.
You right down the street.
Yeah. I was in the Magnolia Muse.
Okay.
The apartment buildings.
Oh, word, the archway.
Yeah, the archway. Yeah, exactly. There you go. You know
The
what I'm saying?
archway, all right.
I met Quilly there, you know what I'm saying? Me and Quilly, it's another story, whatever, you know what I'm saying? All right, so what was it like growing up in GTown?
Germantown is rough. I mean, my family, Spry family, and who we associated with, we ran Germantown Avenue. So my family is infamous for that, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, we had the ultimate times there, but I'd have had some rough times there too, you know what I mean? To the point where, you know, it was when I knew I was going to have my first seed, it was we got to get the fuck out of Germantown. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you know, that's home, you know what I mean? So I drive through, I don't stop. But I drive through. You know what I mean? But, you know.
Same here.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah. I mean, so, like, did you go to high school in Germantown? You went to Germantown High?
Mines wouldn't let me because I knew too many people there.
Right.
So I got sent to King.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Same shit.
It didn't matter because I got family in Somerville.
Yeah.
So it was
No matter where you went.
no matter where I'm at, I know somebody. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know. So I went there, but I went to elementary school at Fulton. But you know what I mean? So.
All right. So when did you start developing a love for music? Like, when did you start? Like,
It's in the blood. My father, Frankie Beverly is my cousin. Frankie Beverly Mays. My grandfather was the manager of the legendary Grover Washington Jr., which a lot of people sample him. You know what I mean? My pop not only was the drummer that, you know, right along with them, but the in-house drummer, and my father was the creator of the 70s group Ghetto Children. So, and he was a drummer. My brother was a big jazz drummer. He was the fastest left-handed drummer. Well, left-handed and right-handed drummer in the city. Okay. So, and he played with everybody from Pieces of a Dream to you name it. You know what I mean? So, I had no choice.
That's in your blood.
Yeah, it was in my blood. So it was even when I didn't want to fuck with music. 2 years old, I was in jazz clubs. So it was you know, that it was just there. I grew up with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was already set. You know, so.
all right. Did you go to school for music?
No, my brother went to school, and everything I knew, I learned from him. You know what I mean? Like that was the first MC right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was geared more towards not only jazz, but towards my brother's god sister was Prince's god sister.
Oh shit.
So,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So that's how deep into the music we was. You know what I mean? Where one of them, I done sat and talked to Stevie Wonder and different things like that, So it's
You experience.
yeah,
You had that
yeah.
experience
So
with different artists, like not just local, but like
yeah,
well known.
well known. You know what I mean?
So
So
you
you
can say
name
you've
it,
been
yeah,
around the world.
yeah,
Pretty much,
yeah. Well, he been around the world. He brought it back to me.
Right. So that's where it goes back to the family.
Exactly.
It's the family.
Yeah.
It's blood,
Yup.
That's not something you from. That's something that
Yeah, that was instilled within me.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right, so we're going to take it off the music for a minute. I noticed that you're very involved in MS awareness, and I also noticed that you do a lot of voluntary work in the MS communities.
Well,
You want to talk about that?
yeah, my wife has MS, so it was a once we knew about that, and it was getting involved in that. It just really stemmed from the disease she has. Like it really, it takes over. One of them, you can't really walk. It's a lot that you used to be able to do that you can't do now. Here you go. My brother-in-law, and my wife used to dance for Tough Crew. Now my wife can't, without help, she can't walk to the next room. You know what I mean? So one of them type of things. So
I'm sorry.
no,
Yeah.
but her spirits is up. So as long, you know what I mean, as long as your spirits is up,
Yeah.
that's what's up. So that was actually a reason why I got into Freemasonry too, is to gather that help.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
I mean, for the people that don't know what MS is, could you explain what MS is?
Multiple sclerosis is a disease that attacks your brain. The lesions on your brain stops a lot of the motions in certain parts of your body. You know what I mean? So it's almost like being paralyzed at a point where you may want to walk, but your body won't. Your brain is telling you to do. Yeah, just about. But all right, I'll put it to you like this. There's a lot of people that we know that live with it, damn near forever, and it don't bother them. But there's a lot of people who, here you go, Richard Pryor had MS.
Yeah.
And that's, they say that MS killed him, but we know it was drugs that killed him. You know what I mean? So, but you can, people can live forever with it, and some people, the lesions will take over, and slowly but surely it'll deteriorate you. But it can be contained. You know what I mean? The medicines now, like you watching TV now, I'm seeing more MS commercials than I ever seen a day in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of these medicines now are new within 3 years. You know what I mean? Where they bringing all these medicines out to try to contain it, because, contain it, learn how to with assistance on how to walk again and little things.
Right.
So yeah, it's just, that's what it is.
I also noticed that you got a voluntary walk coming up soon. You want to talk about that?
Well, we did a few walks, but because now I am highly involved in masonry, so my time for, like, I got family that'll go and do that walks, but I won't do them walks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we did a couple of them, but my sister, my cousins, and all them they'll go do the walk in my wife's name. You know what I mean? Exactly. But me myself, I just got, I got way too much to handle to do that.
Yo, I'm gonna put y'all on to something. Make sure y'all come to Seafood Bay on Frankfurt and Ron. They got the best seafood in the city. I mean, the shrimp and the butter is dripping off of the shrimp. Oh man, the crabs is delicious. Make sure y'all come here and get y'all seafood at Frankfurt and Ron, Seafood Bay. They got the coldest beer, any type of beer you want. Make sure y'all come and get y'all beer and y'all seafood. Peace.
All right, we're gonna switch it up a little bit again. You know what I'm saying? Can you speak on the Freemason? You just got a certificate or
Oh yeah,
award?
yeah. Actually, I did. So,
Would you like the
well, you could either give me the jacket, and that'll sort of show you what Freemasonry lodge I'm in. So I'm a Prince Hall Freemason. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So not only am I a Prince Hall Freemason, Masonry. Yup.
for
There's
the
three.
people?
For the people that don't know.
Right. So when you normally see that all I seeing, you know what I mean? That's a Masonic symbol.
Okay.
You know, that's that symbol that's right there.
Can you explain what that
Is
symbol
that
means
part of
to
Illuminati?
Well,
to the
see,
people,
that's what I was hoping
to
that
the
you was
people
going to
that
get
don't
into.
know?
Okay.
Um,
Because I see that symbol a lot.
It's-
And I say it symbolized more for like Illuminati.
Illuminati is something that's deeper than. You know what? Here you go. From what I gather of things, at at Illuminati stuff, is something that is way past something that we'll ever get. Here you go. Jay-Z couldn't even get into Illuminati.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So when you see a lot of that throwing the diamond up and all that, nah, this is a Masonic symbol, but you know you gotta be accepted into that. And reality, Freemasonry is the world's biggest fraternity. We do countless amount of charities. You know what I mean? So funding for, any if a charity comes past the table when we have our meetings, we'll vote on putting money into it.
Okay. So you're all about giving back.
Yeah, that's all it is.
To the community,
You know what I
giving
mean?
Back to
Yeah.
people that
Yeah, exactly. And that's really what it is. So the mystery of it is, if you're not a Mason, there's a lot of stuff that's that can't be shared with it. But a Mason knows a Mason.
Right.
If I'm on the street, I know another Mason.
Right.
Either by the way he stand, by the way he talk, and sometimes, we got our own language on how we communicate. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then, if you go back to founding fathers of the world, all of them were Freemasons.
Okay.
So it's something that is really, really deep to get into. But my thing, it was this: when my group Black Power formed, it was we could talk about the Bible, we could talk about Islam, we could talk about gods and herbs, but we couldn't talk about Masonry because we didn't know. So in order to be talking about something you don't know, you pretty much be lying to yourself.
Right.
So the only way for me to know was to become one.
Yeah.
But little did I know that when I became one, I got really involved. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's, in the U.S., well, no, worldwide, there's only 33 degrees in Masonry.
Wow.
I'm a 32nd degree Mason.
Okay. Wow, 1 degree away from being that 33rd degree.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
You came a long way from.
Exactly, right?
All right, Black Pod, right?
Black.
You wanna speak on that? Like, what was Black Pod? Was that a group?
Yeah, but Black Pie actually consisted at first of 4 members, which was me. I have a partner named Spiv Rock. So me and him, we had our own group called The Verdict. You know what I mean? Then it was my brother-in-law who he went by Flex, Self-Master Allah, Encino Man. You know what I mean? So he studied the he was a 5%er.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he studied guys and nerves. Then it was another boy we had named Ace. Ace had already had a record deal before. And it was, from what he was trying to do before, it didn't seem to work out. You know what I mean? So we decided, let's all, join together. And, you know what I mean? And let's try to attack this where everybody got a different train of thought into it. And it just so happened that from there we picked up another boy named Bucks who was older than us, and he had knowledge of a few things. Then we picked up 2 more members, and you know what I mean? Like we became a big thing. Like we actually toured with with Brooklyn Zoo, Old Dirty's crew.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep. Pratt Institute. We opened for Brooklyn Zoo down there.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Because you know Black Pod stands for Black Power Ciphers Divine. POD. You know what I mean?
All right, let's speed it up just a little bit. All right. What was your experience like working with Scott Storch and Zach Teller?
Mike Tyler is who we that's
Mike
who it
Tyler?
was. Mike Tyler, yeah.
Okay.
Mike Tyler is a beast guitarist. Mike played you name it. Any hip hop song that had guitar. Matter of fact, Curtis Blows the Breaks. That was Mike Tyler playing that beginning part. So that's how far back he goes in the hip hop. You know what I mean? We working. My man Zach, who we work with, was who I work with more than Scott Storch, and it was because Zach was bored up underneath of him.
Okay.
So his he was wicked on the keys. But I work with them. I work with Donald Byrd. That people that sampled him. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a hell of an experience because I was able to. I got the instruments, right, and I play everything. So it was I could pick up a guitar and, you know, do a little riff and then call up Mike Tyler and go, Mike, can you look? This is what I was going at, and he'll come down here and listen, take my idea and perfect it. You know what I mean? Yeah, and yeah, you know what I mean? No, fuck salt and pepper. He take my shit to lead it and go, this is what you wanted to do. Right. You know what I mean? So right. Yeah, so you know, it's music. Right. You know.
All right, so we're gonna bring it back a little bit. All right. Have you worked with Dirty Verbals?
Oh, of course.
Right.
Of course.
What was your wildest memory like of Lucas?
Lucas was a wild boy, but he, you know,
R.I.P. Lucas.
As much as they think he might have been uncontained in the booth, he gave you the rawness of himself. Yes. You know what I mean? So, and which was why I think with because my connection with Dirty Verbals was through my man Terry Funk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it was you know, Funk produced. I produced Funk's album. All of a sudden, you know, it was this is the crew that I'm with. Yeah. He brought them through, produced for them. You know what I mean? And then Lucas was one of them. Hey, I need a track or whatever the case may be. But it was you know, he was as much, like I said, as much as they think he was uncontrollable, when it got to music, you know, that's where the control sort of, you know what I mean, he set in and was like, all right, what do you want me to do? Right. You know what I mean?
Everything settled down. Like, you know,
yeah.
Time
Music tamed the savage beast.
Yeah. What about the other members?
Well, V.
Like the wildest experience, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I mean, experienced.
It might, I mean, when we did shows, whatever goes. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, I can recall doing a performance where I might have been so fucking drunk, where I might have started a verse, and the next thing I know, I woke up in the house. Yeah. So that's how Black Pod Dirty Verbal shows was. Yes. It was here you go. Here you go. Take Cypress Hill and Wu-Tang and put them together. You know what I mean? And get them high and drunk, and that's what you come up with. Right. And that's the combination right there. That's the combination. Yep.
Y'all went on tour, right?
Yeah, we did a lot of shit through, especially we own Philly. You know what I mean? We own Philly.
All right, so when did you start producing?
Because of what watching my brother do, it had to be really in the 80s. It had to be really in the 80s where it was getting together with some schoolboys, and back then the big thing was, because you really didn't have like a lot of equipment and shit out, was you get 2 tape decks, right? You throw on a break beat, and when the drums break down, you unpause it, you catch 8 bars of the beat, you pause it, you go back, you take the needle, put it back, you unpause it, and you keep doing that till you got like 4 minutes of a beat.
Oh, shit.
You know,
Okay.
then you may go back to that, and then, you know, even to I still got my toy keyboard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You grab, you know, a little $35 maybe keyboard, you know, with the little sample pads on it. You know, might throw some shit into that. So we was fucking around doing that.
And what year was this?
This was maybe, I want to say 87, 88. Yeah.
Damn, legendary.
Right? Fucking with hip hop from day one.
Damn right. That's what's up.
You already know Black Owned Business. CEO. As you wish, you already know LLC. Get it in from the roof to the bottom, back door to front door. You already know my man got me on this podcast. I'm promoting this business. You already know how it go. Real rap, man. If you need something done, we gonna get at you, man. You already know, not share as you wish.
So, do you remember the first beat that you ever produced?
Yes, and it was, not my. All right, let me see. I did and what the tape shit was it had to be a break beat, and it was on, like I said, dealing with that, and maybe on the little 4-track, and it was just a passing around back and forth, with me and my brother. You know what I mean? And back then it was I could only hold one, like he had to do 8 bars, I maybe could do about 4. You know what I mean? And it was he just kept me going into that. But because he had the whole knowledge of everything, it was he showed me, you know, the structure of it. My first drum machine was the drum machine he bought for me. You know what I mean? And like even back then, look, shit don't go nowhere. I still got drum machines. You know what I mean? From when I was doing shit back then. You know.
All right. Before we go any further, I gotta thank you for producing the intro.
Oh, no doubt.
For Independent Voices, the podcast that we on now.
Right, no
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
No doubt. That was a pleasure
The
right there.
legend that you looking at right now, you know what I'm saying, produced that theme song, you know what I'm saying, for Independent Voices, you know what I'm
Word.
saying? And I gotta salute you and I thank
Oh
you for
man,
that.
Lord,
And that's much love.
that's a pleasure right there.
That was something special right there. Like, and you were on that like that, you know.
Oh, yeah.
When we hit you up, you know, we had you on speaker and we're like, yo, this, we need an intro for this Independent Voices podcast we're trying to put together, you know. And it's all about independent voices and stuff. And, you know, Rez, he already had the clips and stuff of what he wanted to put. We just need that theme song. And you right on demand with it.
Oh, no doubt.
Next day, sharp with it.
Right?
He was like, yo, I got that. I'm like, oh, let me hear that. What's
Right?
up? Like, and we got working with it. He did what he had to do, and next thing you know, that's Independent Voices. Every time that drops, this guy right here, this one, that's who did it. All right.
It's all love.
Much love. We appreciate that. You know, like.
True indeed.
Yeah.
Anything you need.
Yo, you want to talk about Spill the Beans?
Spill the beans.
What is Spill the Beans?
Shit, damn. What year was that?
Like 97.
God
maybe,
damn.
96, maybe a little, like 97, I think. 96, 97.
Damn.
Something like that, maybe.
That may be one of the
So that's like
300 songs that was done back then. Yeah. Yeah.
I heard it was something special. Was it?
You know what? And here's what's funny is Spill the Beans. Now that's the Black Pie Spill the Beans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black Pie we just got back together, right? At maybe about 15 years or so, right? 2 of us have stayed in it constantly. The other 2 got married, had kids, you know what I mean? But now they want to, you know, they got the spark, old Eddie 5 Heartbeat shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they get, you know, so it was, all right, cool, let's do this. And the other boy, Blair Anthony Music, he went by DLB back then, the Lyrical Mindbender, right? He did that beat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
DLB did that beat, and it was when it was presented to me, it was just one of them. Okay,
Yeah.
what you want to do? All right, where we going with this? Give me 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And I sat down, pinned it out, and okay, let's do it. And that's how it was. You know what I mean? That's how actually that's how it is.
Right. That's
You
how
know what I
it is.
mean? Yeah, you know, it's one of them.
Send me
Anything.
something, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a little bit of time.
Yeah, send me something. Tell me your concept, your direction, and you know, and mentioning that was funny about what we did back then to what's going on today was what the song that Black Pot has just worked on. My one boy who just got back into it, he played his lyrics for his daughter. And, man, Daddy, that's hot. Who wrote them lyrics? But that's because that's the game.
Yeah.
Back then, it you know, you wrote your own shit. Yeah, you know, I'm like, I'd be damned if somebody gonna write my shit.
Right.
My pain is my pain.
Exactly. You know?
Yeah, all right, y'all. Let's switch it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, you know what I'm saying, in Philadelphia, right, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like 400 murders, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would you tell to these young boys out here, you know what I'm saying, to stop the violence, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the issue is, all right, it's the same thing as, and this is where I want to go with that. You know how the one high school who just recently, their football team got thrown out of the finals?
yeah.
Well, here you go. You know, like I know, when them kids was playing football and whatever they was doing, some parents was on the benches watching this shit go down, and was that's right, fuck them up, right?
Yeah.
Instead of turning around and having your encouraging your kids to, that's not the shit you got to do. You know what I mean? Like now, there's also a place I don't know and can pinpoint it correctly, but I heard it on the radio, on XM. I don't even fuck around with that local radio, right? But on XM, it might have been even in Detroit, and I think what happened in Detroit right now is they make sure that a parent, a father, right? Not a parent, not the mom, but the pop. They make sure that almost all the kids, that at least 50%, I think, of them kids, their father had to make sure that they go to school with them kids, to make sure they get in school, and at the end of the day, leave out.
Okay.
Because that's the structure. Yeah. You know what I mean? With me, my pop was 6'5", 6'6". You know what I mean? 280 solid pounds. Yeah. I knew if I fucked up now, I roll with boys who, you know, were straight criminals, where my direction went this way, their direction was to do 20 years in jail. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it was because I knew I ain't want to get my ass beat, or I knew better. Right. I knew, hey, I'll bust your windows with some rocks, but here you go. I ain't gonna shoot nobody. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get my ass whooping and get your mom and pop gonna be charged with something. But I knew better, and if an adult said something to us about it, it was you knew you better listen to it. You know what I mean? Or you're gonna get your ass whipped when you get home, right? The problem today is the streets is raising the kids.
Okay.
I also think this pandemic shit was, to me, was almost like a setup. And here's why I say that. Okay. Take an animal, put him in a cage, right? Yeah. Leave him in the fucking cage for as long as you could possibly think, right? Yeah. Let that animal loose out the cage, and now you tell that fucking animal to sit down. No, he ain't gonna sit down. They gonna run around and act the fool. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they've been caged for so long that the point when they can get out, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, now you're gonna run wild and rapid, and that's what the problem. That's why now we have such a higher crime rate than we ever did.
Yeah, this is crazy.
You know what I mean? And it's only because, you know, let's let them loose. You know, now you get out the house, let's let them loose. All right, we're letting you loose, but we're letting you loose in the streets, and you just fucking doing whatever. There's no incentive. You know, shit, the reason the reason why the crime rate ain't really high right around here, the library is open.
Okay.
But
Kids
it's always
got
open.
kids got a place to go.
Right.
You know what I
It's
mean?
open, but it's always
You think parents?
you
You think
know?
parents gotta get more?
It's the parents. Or the parents,
Gotta get more involved.
they fearing their kids.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the kids aren't being raised by the parents no more.
The
You know what I
parents are
mean?
raised by the
Yeah,
kids.
streets.
There you go. And it's also, we letting fucking Rick Ross raise our kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
And
what
the internet.
and the internet, yeah, you know what I mean, which really fucked the game. And then it's also you know how you contain a child nowadays as a child? You throw an iPad in front of them and let them, and boom. Now you're going to continue to do what you're doing.
Right.
And you're going to let that fucking iPad turn around and keep your kids' attention.
Until that battery runs out.
Until that battery runs out. Why I got to listen to you? I ain't listening to you.
Right.
I'm
in my own world doing my own
There
thing.
you go. And that's,
You're over there doing your thing
there
with
you
your little
go.
tablet, you know?
and that's the problem is we're not raising the kids no more.
We didn't have
Why
that
why
when
would
we
kids
were
have
growing up.
fear for the parents if the parents aren't raising the kids? You know, fear and respect is the same thing.
We were always taught to respect your elders,
So-
do for women, do for ladies, open the door.
Oh,
walk
that
over
shit's,
a child,
yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
that-
don't ever see that no more.
Fuck
So
no.
this one,
Mhm.
would you rather be feared or respected?
I think it's all the same. But I think, here you go, I would rather be, you know what? No, let me not say that. And the only reason I say that is because the Bible tells you to fear God, right? That's what the Bible tells you. It says fear God. And because of that fear, you're supposed to, that fear leads up to the respect. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like a nation that has a king, right? That, them people, they don't look the king in the eyes. When the king looks up, they look down. You're not supposed to look at the king in the eyes.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
why they bow.
Sign of,
You're supposed to
disrespect,
bow to him.
right.
So you fear that. You know what I mean? I don't want your fear. I want to gain your respect.
Exactly.
You know, what the thing that keeps me sort of involved even on jobs. I'm a construction worker, right? But I get sent on a lot of jobs that a lot of guys don't. Why? Because unless you're walking on water, you ain't above me. So I can look at anybody in the eyes and get that respect, regardless of how high you up. You know what I mean? And because of that, I greet everybody. They say, damn, you smile every day you out here. You know why at work I smile every day? Because life itself is rough.
Exactly.
Work ain't rough.
Yeah.
Work going to be what you're going to make it be. But life, our everyday living is rough. You know what I mean?
I
You
love,
don't- there
I
you
love
go.
waking up in the morning.
Amen, right?
I love waking up in the morning.
Right, because there's a lot of people that didn't.
Yeah.
Just the other day, remember how they said the young boy at Lincoln High School got shot in the head, and the guy got shot in the head, got killed. The young boy is my Masonic brother's son.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a small world.
yeah, and it just so happens that just recently he opened his eyes up. Now he's communicating, but it was one of them. Either it was at the wrong place at the wrong time,
Right.
or you know what I mean, or the fucking crowd that you would. You know what I mean? One or the other. Because I'm going to tell you, much as I talk about my brother ain't alive no more. You know what I mean? My brother was gunned down, taking a bullet for me. You know what I mean? A motherfucker unloaded his gun on his brother-in-law, unloaded his gun on him, but my brother jumps in the way, bullet hits him in the heart, and now this boy and both his boys is running after me with 38 specials, unloading them on me. You know what I mean? By the grace of God, I'm still here. You know?
Yo, young boys, y'all hear that? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, tune in. This is
Yo,
real shit.
switch
Yeah.
up- Switch up your
This ain't no
lifestyle.
commercial
Switch it
shit.
up.
Switch it
You know what
up.
I'm saying?
The
Switch up your
streets ain't for
lifestyle.
everybody.
Pick up something. A mic, you know what I'm saying? Camera.
There you
a
go.
book,
A
you know
craft.
what I'm saying?
A craft.
Do something, young boys, you know what I'm saying?
Be creative, not destructive.
Balance is not the answer.
No, take that energy and direct it somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Alright, so let's switch it up. Let's get back on this one, you know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
So what's this one top 5? Dead or alive?
That's going to be really, really, 1, 2, 3 is going to be easy. because I'm a KRS-One fan.
Number one.
Number one, right?
Dream Supreme.
There you go. Rakim,
Okay.
number 2 for me.
And it's in order. It don't really gotta be in order.
It ain't gotta be because Kane and Rakim.
But KRS
KRS-One is number one.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's in the barbershop game. It's always who you got, Rakim or you got KRS-One. That's the barbershop game with the OGs in the game. Right. You know what I mean? I could, and you know what? And like you said, since I'm not going to put this in order, I'm gonna put it to you like this: Nas has got to be in my top 5.
All right.
You know what I mean?
So that's 3.
Yeah.
All right. So
Right.
we got 2 more.
I wanna say, and for people to go back and do your math and research, go back and listen to what Melly Mel was doing. From Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Just the song, the message alone. And it's because, I say that because not only what he was doing on records, but what he was doing on stages and shit like that was shit that didn't come out. Just like old tape shit, you know what I mean? He probably never said nothing that didn't have a message to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Where one of them you could take it with you and go, oh shit. You know what I mean? And I 5 is rough because
So you got Melly Mel, 4, 5.
yeah. And I would love to throw Jay in there, but here's my thing. I really, and it's funny as it might say, my respect for Jay probably didn't really pick up until 444. How funny is that? And you know why? Because at that time his hunger wasn't what he didn't have street hunger no more. You know what I mean? Like he was doing this for a purpose. At that point, you know what I mean? Where it was I don't give a fuck if y'all like this or not.
Right. This is
you
like
know.
business, like.
Well, not only that, this it's like what he did for Jay Electronica. What he did for Jay Electronica is shit Jay-Z probably always wanted to do. But marketing wise, they said, Jay, you can't do that. Okay, yeah. You know what I mean? So I might make my number 5. I'm gonna just have to throw Big Daddy Kane in there. And I won't say Big because I don't think Big's catalog was big enough for me to put him in the 5. Top 10? Big is in my top 10.
All right, for sure.
You know what I mean? But not in my top 5.
All right, so look, we're going to go to the top 3. Top 3 groups of all time. Now,
Okay.
You could decide if you want to do R&B or hip-hop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Switching it up.
Okay.
You want to do...
For hip-hop, I got to put the Wu in there.
Alright.
Gotta put Wu-Tang in there. You know what I mean? Wu, what they did to the game before them has never been done. How else you turn around, you get 9 members signed, right, to a label, and then still say, I want each one of these artists to be signed to their own label they decide. Was never done. You know what I mean? Death Row didn't do it. You know what I mean? Master P didn't do it. You know what I mean? We go on. It wasn't done.
But they didn't get the money they were supposed to get at the end.
Yeah, well, but that was a business fuck up. You know what I mean? But contract wise, as far as you had, all right, here you go. You had 9 members.
That's talking about something else.
Yeah, but either way, 9 members who could stand on their own and still sell records. You know what I mean? Peace to you, God, but you know.
So that's your number 1. All right, so number 2.
I'm gonna have to go with probably like a Osley Brothers or something.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's because Ron Osley is probably fucking 90 years old, and he's still up on stage being Mr. Big. You know what I mean? So he's still giving, he's still giving that.
Number 3.
I don't know.
All right, so matter of fact, we're gonna go to 5. Shit, since we are mixing the R&B and hip hop.
Okay, yeah.
It should be easy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, damn. Then I probably will have to put in See, damn.
Yeah, Wu-Tang, Ivy
Yeah.
Brothers.
You know,
Number 3 is who?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to say number 3
Group.
is
It don't gotta be in
EP.
order.
Okay, here you
It don't
go.
gotta be in order.
Number 3 would be Public Enemy.
Alright, Public Enemy.
You know what I mean?
Alright, number 4.
Number 4. Ooh.
I'm
I-
expecting to hear something, but I don't know if I'm gonna hear it or not.
What? Like,
No, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I want number 4.
I like what NWA did.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Legendary.
I like
Okay.
what NWA did.
Alright, number 5. It's your last joint.
I don't
Who
know.
would you put as your 5?
I don't know. I don't know if I want. I don't know. And see, I'm speaking from a fan of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm speaking from a fan of music. You know, so that's rough because I don't have. And then you said groups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if we just did if we did just individuals, I would say somebody like Stevie Wonder.
Nah, you had your chance for that. You know what I'm saying? Now you talking about groups. You got one more.
All right.
You got one more.
Damn group.
I like what Boot Camp Click did. They kind of
But
And this one top 5.
top 5.
My top 5.
Your last one.
My top 5 will probably be EPMD. Though.
Ooh.
That's speaking honestly.
that.
As far as if I gotta judge groups, you know what I mean? Especially like with me being a vinyl collector, you know, or having a closet full of vinyl, I probably got everything EPMD did.
That's what's
I
up.
thought you was gonna put Bone Thugs in there.
Oh hell no.
No.
I thought
No.
I was gonna hear the Roots or something.
Nah, as much as I love the Roots,
Right.
I would, but I mean, here you go. Well, Bone Thugs, that Ohio sound that they brought in, you know what I mean? Like, they mastered what they brought in, but I could go as far as saying the singing rap shit was done way before they did it.
Yeah, if you want to
It was done way before they did it. So it was I like what they brought to the game to, you know, to they perfected what they did, but they weren't the creators of what they did. You know, and I'm sort of, you know, I'm sort of what as worldwide as music is. I'm just real critical on a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Which is why I said Public Enemy, because with me, PE did over here what NWA did on their coast. You know what I mean? Like who the fuck would do some shit like that? Who the fuck gonna put out a song saying fuck the police?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's some deep shit.
All right. So, what do you think about the direction of hip hop today?
Now, being I'm from so many generations of music, and even in this household alone, because my son is in his mid to late 20s, so he got his own thing. He got his own, you know, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, you know, Drake's in that era, right? Now, my daughter, you know, with her being in the young 20s, you know, she got her own Megan Thee Stallion, you know, Nicki Minaj type shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, that type of shit. Shit, my wife is probably one of the biggest Cardi B fans, you know what I mean? So, I think music evolves. And at first, it was what people not understanding the struggle. Because I was there from what you could say, the beginning stages of hip hop. You know what I mean? From where it was said, that shit ain't gonna last. You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? I came from the stage of that to the point right now where ultimate wild statement I had before I tell you that shows you how far just hip hop came is hip hop is the only music that employs people who don't listen to it.
Yeah.
How deep is that?
Wow.
That's
So
crazy.
you know what I mean? So but you know, as far as the direction, I don't have no really too much love for the mumbling shit. You know what I mean? Like I can't fuck with it. But here you go. With being a producer, I gotta know the stages of that. You know what I mean? Because I got an artist who don't speak English, an Arab boy who speaks probably maybe a handful of English words, and this motherfucker will turn around and tell me he wants Pop Smoke type shit. You know what I mean? And I gotta sit here and listen to this motherfucker record, not knowing what. I don't know if you sending the codes. You know what I mean? But it's hip hop regardless of what. And the funny thing is, I can listen to him and almost know where he fucks up, and stop sitting and go, you might want to do that again. And he doing this shit in his language.
Yeah, you don't know what he's saying.
I don't know what he's saying, but I could tell by a lover of the art on knowing if you ain't do the best of what you do for what you do. So the direction I think in hip hop is it's evolving. Because what we're listening to a lot today, especially like Griselda, you know, and shit like that, that's bringing 90s hip hop back.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I admire you for your 90s sound, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, man.
Yo, you got that 90s, like your beats. Oh, my God. Like, I love it, bro. I swear to God, you got that 90s and now sound.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, we gonna wrap it up, you know what I'm saying? What, do you got anything coming out anytime soon?
Well, Black Pod, since we did get back together, we are working on a project. Recently, I threw 2 songs up on all the streaming platforms. My wife, for the longest, have been asking me about this one song that me and my brother-in-law. When did he die? 2011? Yeah, 2010. Around then, right? 2010, 2011. I was holding on to a song that me and him did up until now. And it's crazy because the song is called State of Emergency. Okay. And if you listen to the song, you think I'm talking about today. Yeah. That's the funny part, you know what I mean? And it was recorded, back then.
Music is timeless.
It's timeless, you know what I mean? Especially if you're not doing shit for the times. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I refuse to, you ain't going to find, I'll make a trap beat, but you ain't going to hear me out there rapping trap songs. Right. You know, because it's not within me. I do, even with music, when I create music, I create whatever my emotion is when I come down here is what you're going to hear. Okay. You know what I mean? Now, it just so happened that somebody might come down and go, damn, can I get that track? And can I get that title? Yeah. And it's because the title is according to the music, according to what I was feeling. Right. You know what I mean? And that's where we go, and I mean, you can speak for that yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? On what you do is according to what's guiding your hands. Yeah. You know what I mean? You ain't the worst shit in the world is for a motherfucker to come to you and go, yo, that sounds like no motherfucker, that sounds like me. Right. You know what I mean? Exactly. Right? Exactly.
I ain't sound like
exactly.
nobody but myself.
And that's why when I'm down here, I can either, I can jump on the beast and do that shit by hand. I can jump on the drum machine over there and give it to you old school style with it, or I can just jump on the drums and go, okay, let me rock it, rock it like this. You know what I mean?
Yo, Des, we definitely gonna have to get a part 2.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? But for now, do you want to give them your social? Where they can find you at?
Pretty much, look for either DIS1 Recording, you know what I mean, or DIS1 Recording Studios. But it's always DIS1 Recording. You know what I mean? Yeah. You pull that up, it's Google me, baby. Right. You know what I mean? It's official. Yeah. So
if they want beats. If they want beats,
if they want beats, then
if they want studio time, where can they contact you at? You got email or something like that?
It's this one recording at gmail.com. All right. And also, there's a lot of studios. I'll put it to you this: there's a lot of studios in the city I built. You know what I mean? Because I ain't afraid to share no money, right? But here's the thing too. There's a lot of people that I won't record.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if I don't have a bond with you
Exactly.
and what's going on,
It ain't about the money.
it ain't about the money. I can turn around and make a phone call and go, you and your crew, y'all need 8 hours? Oh, you spending $300-400? Hold on, let me call my man and send you down there. Right?
Yeah.
Or I can have somebody come down and genuinely go, yo, I only got like $40. You know, or here you go. With some people, I don't talk about money till we done what we doing. You know, they know what I charge, but we don't deal with the money part till what we're dealing. And I don't want to reveal no names about what I'm gonna tell you, but here's a full prime example, real quick. I'll hit you off with this. There's a brother I know that used to come and record with me. This boy probably was the Philly DMX, right? Now,
His name Brody, man?
no. But I wouldn't even reveal his name, and this is why. His brother took him to a big budget studio, right? They walk in the studio. The boy that's in the studio was a big drug dealer boy, counting his loot while he's supposed to be recording session. My man told him, look, you should be doing this shit somewhere else or another time, right? And the boy was like, fuck, this is my motherfucking spot. You know what I mean? Sat his gun up on the joint. I do whatever I want, you know? And so my man said, but we need to handle this business because motherfuckers is hungry and got to eat in the street. And you on some other shit. Needless to say, end of the night, my man came back, waited for the boy to turn around and leave out there, put the gun up in him, and said, now let's go back in there and get that 10 grand. Motherfucker couldn't say he ain't have it. You sat there, you counted it. You know what I mean? Now, he went back to jail for it, but this dude, even before that happened and even now that he's back home, I would leave him down here and go on food shop because I got that much trust for him with me because he know we about the same things in life. You know what I mean? We about turning around and the struggle, trying to get it, trying to make it. You know what I mean? So, but if you show that kind of love to somebody, you know what I mean? That kind of love always generates back in return. Look, I'll turn around. It's homeless people. I'm not going to give you no money, but I'm gonna pick you up and feed you. So that's the type of brother I am. You know what I mean? So that's this one in a nutshell. This one, DISONE. Disrespect is something only needed effectively. That's what it means.
All right.
I like that.
Yo, thank you for coming on the show. This one, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and happiness.
No doubt.
Hey, check, we gotta do a part 2 to this shit.
Right.
We gonna have like a live session, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn right. Yeah, I know that's right. You hear this shit live direct. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Woo. Yeah.
Heavyhittaz.
Definitely.
Heavyhittaz, come on, man.
Snipe gang.
Raw, talk to him, man.
You know what it is? Snipe gang.
No idea.
No idea. That's the original sound right there. Ooh.
I ain't even get to collect it.
Yeah, right.